All right, y'all, we back at it again. So, I recently was thinking the other day about all the nonsense and all the bullshit, excuse my language, but that's just what it is, that I keep hearing and reading about, and especially in the black community, man. We are so behind and so messed up. Right now, it's ridiculous. And we got all these women trying to, lead us and lead a revolution, quote unquote revolution, and protesting for Lord knows what, wasting their goddamn time. And I'm not against women, and I know a lot of what I say may sound like I am, but I'm not. I love women. Don't get me wrong. I freaking love them. But I do know the fact of the matter is that the black woman was used and still is used to help bring about her own demise, mainly the demise of the black man. And most of them don't understand that, nor can they see that. I'm not sure if they even want to see that. But that's the reality of the situation. And we won't be able to bring about any substantive change until we address the absence of the man in the household. Because without that, we don't have a family structure. Without family structure, you can't have community. You don't have neighborhood. You have the hood. You don't have no neighborhood. And without community, you ain't got shit. You got your hand out, looking for somebody to give you something. That's what you got. So, and I say this all the time, and it's been said. I'm not the only person that's been saying it. It's been said throughout the years. But this video that I'm doing right now is to help these people see, not just the women, but the men as well. And also so that people can understand to stop asking other people to help them. And when I say people, I'm talking about us, i.e. America's original people. With that being said, I did start up the Facebook group. It's called America's Original People, AOP. It's a private group, but it is visible. You can see it. Do look us up on Facebook and join if the description fits you and you agree with what I've been talking about and how we can bring about a substantive change for our people. Okay? Now, anyway, back to what I was saying. The people I'm referring to are the quote unquote blacks that want to, ask for help with our situation from outsiders. Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. This whole race thing, first of all, is not real. But if you do want to go by that, you want to, okay, whatever, race. It's not a race that you're winning, okay? Someone's in first place. If it's a race, ain't everybody fucking tied, all right? This ain't communism. And I did a video about communism already, but this ain't everybody tied. So someone's winning, someone's losing. And you're the one losing, black man. Especially you, black man. You are the one losing. So when someone's in a race, they might help you, but they're never going to make sure you finish before them. Okay? So you can't honestly believe that someone is going to help you and put your wants and needs above their own. That's just not human. It's not human nature. It's not human nature. Are there some people that are supremely selfless? Yes, there are. There are people like that out there in the world. But I'm talking about on a grander scale. Grander scale. All right, because that's the scale in which where our numbers are evaluated, and that's the same scale where we're falling behind in a lot of metrics. So we have to address this. So the question that I pose, and it's not a real question, it's a rhetorical question, is can you be for the black community without being for the black man? I.e., oh no, I'm for the black plight. And it was messed up, they were slaves and they were treated bad, and then, the Jim Crow and all sorts of stuff and yada yada. So we're gonna help these women, we're gonna help the women be treated equal. Women need to be treated equal. That ain't helping the black man, so that's not helping the black community. These kids, we need more programs for the kids. Don't get me wrong, we do need programs for the kids, but that's not helping the man. So it's not helping the community. Now, through all my years of working in corporate America, I've done a lot of different, or I've attended a lot of different group meetings and seminars about leadership skills and all that other stuff, and one of the many that I attended, I forget the name of it, but might have been like Learning to Lead or something like that. But anyway, it pretty much, no, that wasn't Learning to Lead. I forget it was something else. But anyway, it was about addressing problems at the root. Now, for instance, there's problems every day. Or for instance, if you have a leak in your house, all right? Every time it rains, you have a leak in your house. Now, to address the root of that, you will go to the source, the roof. You wouldn't go to the basement. You wouldn't start in the basement with the leak. Every time it rains from the top of your house. You wouldn't start in the basement. You wouldn't start in the kitchen. You should start at the roof. Because you might be like, oh, well, the pipe in the basement, yada, yada. Now you fix the damn pipe, and then it rains again, and then guess what? It's leaking again all up in your crib. Because you didn't address the root. So you're still going to have these problems. It's like slapping a Band-Aid on it, It might, pacify it momentarily. It might make some numbers look the way you want them to look. And that's also the agenda that they're trying to do, because the last thing they want to do is have the black man be returned to his rightful position as the head of the house and leading his household, therefore leading his community. That's the last thing they want, because if that's what they wanted, they would have done it already. But they make so much money off of the black man being put into prison for perpetuity. It was what it damn near seems like. And no one's out there really talking about it. People pay lip service to it, but no one's doing anything about it. So you want to do all these after school programs for these kids, do all this thing for these single women, but you don't want to change the situation. You don't want to bring the man back to the home, because then those parents won't be single. And then you have two parents raising the kids, so that way the kids won't be, going unmonitored and just running the streets. You can solve so many more problems by just putting the black man back in the house. So when I ask that question, can you be for the black community without being for the black man? It's a rhetorical question. The answer is a resounding no, you cannot. Okay, what's good for the black man is good for the community. That's how it works. Not what's necessarily good for the black woman is good for the community, or what's good for the black child is good for the community. No, it's the man. It's the man. And I know there's gonna be a whole bunch of neo-feminists out there like, oh no, that's some toxic masculinity. Yeah, like shut up. Ain't nobody trying to listen to you. Okay, that's probably why you ain't got a man. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga don't want to listen to you. All right. So get the hell out of my face with all that nonsense, because at the end of the day, if you don't have to like what I'm saying, okay? I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You don't even have to agree with what I'm saying. All you have to do is be able to look at the black community over the past 60, 70, however many fucking years you want to go back, that we've been run by the matriarchy, and tell me, has it gotten better or worse? And if this was a company and you were in charge of that company, would you allow the company to keep going as it is? Okay, and I don't know why I made that analogy to a company, because most black people don't have a ruling class mentality, so you wouldn't know how to run a company any goddamn way. Okay, you can barely half-ass run a goddamn household, so no, you won't be able to run a company. I'm not trying to talk down. It's just the reality. This is the reality. If you don't like it, we need to change it, and we can change it. So we have to stop with this bullshit and getting all emotional every time someone wants to call you out on your bullshit. All right. Now, you might have noticed that I have the Black Lives Matter. It says about at the top, all the way at the top, about Black LI, blackmatters.com. That way I'm on the website. Now, I could have sworn that they changed what I'm about to read to you months ago, because they should have changed it, because that's when people started getting on them about, their true agenda. But I'm on the website right now, and it is still there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read through this, and I'm gonna point out some things. Okay. So anyway, hashtag Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. That was George Zimmerman. For those of you who must be living under a rock, Black Lives Matter. And while I'm on that, Trayvon Martin, that was a very unfortunate event. But then again, we got to be watching our kids, man. We got to be watching our kids and knowing what they're doing and how they're moving. Because this guy, George Zimmerman, super cop out here, not even the cop, I'm just saying that, super cop out here, was told to stand down, and he went and pursued the kid and killed him anyway, and then got acquitted. I still don't know how the hell, that happened outside of, I don't know, people gonna be like, come on, yo, you know how it happened, racism. Look, obviously, they wanted to let him off for some reason. And obviously I know it was the quote unquote stand your ground law, which I could do a video on in the future. But a child and a man has a gun, stand your ground, the man pursued the child. I still don't know how they were able to pull that off, is what I'm getting at. It's a whole bunch of bullshit if you ask me. But anyway, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. It's funny how this thing started with the murder of Trayvon Martin. I believe that was in Florida. And then now it's global. That means for something to go global, that means you need money. Where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? Because black people can't even put money together to secure economic freedom for ourselves and be able to self-sustain. We can't put money together to do shit like that. And we got millionaires and billionaires out here, okay? And I mean like black Americans, like quote unquote black, like Oprah, Michael Jordan, Kanye. That's 3 black billionaires right there. And like I said, we can't put money together to bring up our economics, so that way we can be self-sustaining and then we can start to gain power. So I highly doubt that black people are the one funding the Black Lives Matter global movement. Because again, just by reading it and thinking to myself, I don't see black people being all too concerned with what the fuck's going on globally when most people here got enough problems of their goddamn own. So again, we should be asking the questions right now, well, where's that money coming from? And it also says Foundation Inc., which means incorporated. It's a global organization in the US, UK, and Canada, whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene. I'll stop on the white supremacy part. I did a video like a week ago about the storming of the Capitol and white supremacy and stuff like that. Look, the only way you can eradicate white supremacy is you need to go to war. That's the only way you eradicate white supremacy. Want to know why? And again, obviously, white isn't real, black's not real, but I'm going to just use those terms for the sake of right now. So anyway, you have to go to war to eradicate white supremacy because we live in a white society. So you have to overthrow that society. And you're not just going to do it through freaking political stances and movements. That's not how that's going to happen. You're going to have to go to war. Okay? Or this is just a front and this is just some nonsense used to promote socialism and Marxism, because you don't have to overthrow them once you put the state in charge of everything, because the state's going to be charged by them anyway. So see, it's literally right here in front of us. Right here in front of us. They're telling us everything. All right. And build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on black communities by the state and vigilantes, by combating and countering acts of violence, creating space for black imagination and innovation, and centering black joy. We are winning immediate improvements in our lives. We are expansive. We are a collective of liberators who believe in an inclusive and spacious movement. We also believe that in order to win and bring as many people with us along the way, we must move beyond the narrow nationalism that is all too prevalent in black communities. So this is them basically introducing Marxism right here. They're trying to break down black nationalism. Now, again, first and foremost, do we know what black nationalism means when they say that? Yes, we do. But we also understand, if you've been listening to me, that black is not a freaking color. It's not a nation. Black is a color. It's not a nation. So technically, there's no such thing as black nationalism. Okay? But what they're trying to do is say, hey, look, we don't need these walls up. meaning like, oh, all black people stick together and we have a common goal and a common movement. What they're saying is it's all inclusive. That means everybody, and that's how we're going to win, with everybody. And that's how they introduce communism and Marxism to you, by breaking down those walls. Like, oh, forget about the black. Oh, forget about this. Now we're going to bring everybody on board. And then not only bring everybody on board, everyone's equal. Although equal isn't a real thing. I've went into that in detail many times before as well. But everyone's on the same page. We're all equal. And the next thing you're going to know, we need to all forfeit ourselves to the state and have the state tell us what's good and what's bad and what we should do and what not. And no. Marxism, communism, no. I did a video on that. I'm not going to go into it on here again. If you want to know how I feel about it in greater detail, go check out that video. Anyway, we must ensure we are building a movement that brings all of us to the front. So, no. But anyway, this part that I'm about to read right now is the part that I cannot believe that they haven't taken down yet. Okay? And YouTuber COJ, Chronicles of Judah 144, he pointed this out to me years ago. He was one of the first ones to bring it up. And then, I checked it out and I was like, damn, that's crazy. So they left this up here for years still. And I say this all the time, especially when you go to, when you look at these videos and stuff like that, or even on Facebook, you probably got some people, especially black dudes, like, oh yeah, out there with the black queen protesting. Protesting what, you dumb nigga? Protesting what? Oh, the police injustice. What the fuck is you being out there doing gonna stop police injustice? Oh, wait. Not a damn thing, man. Not a damn thing. How about you do something better with your time? Invest your time and your money in a better way, in a more tangible way, to actually get something accomplished. Like, maybe instead of doing that, instead of following your woman, you should say, hey, babe, look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm leading. I'm gonna lead this shit. And you know what? There's this group called America's Original People that Aaron started. So we're going to join that Facebook group. We're going to put our heads together with the rest of the community and try to figure out ways that we can all get some economic liberation. Maybe something like that, as opposed to just standing out outside, saying what the hell you want to stop. And people don't care anyway. They don't care. And I'm not saying that you should care if they care or not. But motherfuckers don't care. And then you at these freaking protests surrounded by a whole bunch of Caucasians, who, again, they want to tell you, oh, yeah, they got your best interest in mind. But I told you, man, no one has your best interest in mind besides you, your goddamn self. Okay, so stop being pimped. I did a video on this, too. Black people are being pimped. And this is sad truth. And we got to break that shit, too. We got a lot of damn problems, man. We got a lot of motherfucking problems. But yeah, we're gonna write this shit. We're gonna write this shit, okay? So anyway, this is the part that I really wanted to get to, and this is about bringing it all back into the title of the video. Can you be for the black community without being for the black man? Now, this movement is called Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Now, that statement itself, if you live in America, then you understand black life. You've been taught that there's white people and black people, so you know what black people are, and lives. Everyone has a life, so black lives, black people's lives matter, or at least it should matter. Okay? That's what the statement itself is supposed to be representative of. Now, this is on the movement's page. Look, blacklivesmatter.com. Okay? And then we affirm the lives of black, queer, and trans folks, disabled folks, undocumented folks, folks with records, women, and all black lives along the gender spectrum. Our network centers those who have been marginalized within black liberation movements. So, now after reading that, you might be like, oh, well, what's wrong with that? They left out half of the population. I'll read it again. First and foremost, they start with black, queer, and trans folks. Now, I've said this many times before. The leaders, the three female leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement are lesbians. That's not me just calling people out their names. No, that's what they are, and they're proud of it. They're proud lesbians, and they're proud Marxists, trained Marxists. That's what they said. Okay? So they put black, queer, and trans folks first. Your Black Lives Matter movement, which is supposed to signify all black lives, but yet you're making distinctions. You're making distinctions. Are you with me on this, people? Huh? Fellas, are you with me on this? I'm tired of saying the same shit over and over again, and then I see people on Facebook like, oh, have you been to any protests? Hell the fuck no, I ain't going to no protests. And you look like a damn fool out there going to these silly-ass protests. You fucking loser. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what the, come on, man. Why make the distinction? We affirm the lives of black, queer, and trans folks. Disabled folks. Undocumented folks. Folks with records. Women. It says women. Straight women. The word women, comma. Folks with records, comma, women, comma. Now, some people might be saying, oh, but Aaron, you know, a lot of black men have records. I understand that. Yes, I do. I don't. Come on. Duh. But my issue here, my point is, women has their own women. Where the hell is the men? If they didn't put women at all, then, okay, we could sit there and say, all right, well, you know, they didn't put women, they didn't put men. And then I would still be making the point that this is a movement to push forward the whole notion of the LGBTQ Q agenda. All right. So either way, there's an agenda. There's a motive here that they're put right in your face. This is on their page. Women and all black lives along the gender spectrum. And then people say to me, "Oh, it says all black lives along the gender spectrum." Listen to me, man. You can't distinguish women and then not put men at all in this motherfucking, and then try to tell me, oh, well, nah, that's that's just like a happenstance. This is a global goddamn incorporation. Ain't no freaking typos or slip ups. We're not for that. Oh, you know what I did notice that they did take away from this? They used to say right after this part about we affirm the lives, it went into how they're trying to break down the nuclear family, and they're trying to break down the nuclear family, and pretty much have like the town, or like the town, what they say, I forget the exact verbiage, but they're gonna break down the nuclear family and raise kids with like a town's type of vibe and flow to it, or whatever, some bullshit. They literally said they want to break down the patriarch and the nuclear family. Now that's what they took out of here. I knew they took something now. That's what they took out. Now obviously if I was them, I would have took out both, but that just goes to show you how little they think of you, black man. How little they think of you. That this motherfucker won't read this shit. And even if he does, he won't even comprehend it. He won't even get it. So you come on, man. You not only are the black men being pimped by all the other races, you're being pimped by your own race as well, man. And we gotta wake up to this shit, okay? Am I sitting here saying black lives don't matter? No, I'm not saying that. The statement, I get the statement, all right? But if you really want to boil it down, like you already know how I get down, black ain't a color. So first and foremost, there ain't no goddamn black life. So even when I say blue lives matter, ain't no such thing as a blue life. I ain't never seen one. So that shit don't matter to me, because it's not a life. So no, stop the bullshit with the Black Lives Matter movement. Stop going to this shit, okay? Unless you one of these freaking queer trans people out here, then you actually stand for all of that shit that they trying to put forth, that Marxist communist bullshit. Then but knock yourself out. But you know what? You're not going to be part of our movement. You know what I'm saying? Our movement is to get you the fuck out of here, because y'all got to go. You part of the problem, okay? And not for nothing, you're used as a freaking fundraising arm for the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party don't give a damn about black people anyway, because they're part and parcel problem why we don't have black men in the house. So again, I ask the question, can you be for black people and not be for the black man? The answer is hell no, to the no. Hell no. Yo, but anyway, man, that's pretty much it on that. That's it, man. If it ain't for the black man, in your day-to-day life, whatever you're doing, hopefully you're doing the right thing and trying to continue to do the right thing and be a good member of society, contributing member of society. during your day-to-day, when things come into your mind or situations arise, ask yourself, is this good for the quote-unquote black man? If it is, then it's for the black community, man. Ladies, ask yourself the same thing. Is this piece of legislation that they're trying to push through and trying to get me to sign off on, is this good for the black man? Ask that before you ask yourself, is it good for you? Because it can be good for you and bad for the black man. But I tell you one thing, it can also be good for you and bad for the black community. And that's why we don't have a community right now. It's in freaking shambles. I went to Detroit like a month ago. God damn, man. God damn. And I'm from Brooklyn. So I've seen hoods from the hood. Brooklyn, Queens, obviously all of New York I done seen. Jersey City, Newark, Irvington, I've seen hoods. Camden, Philly, been there. Atlantic City. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, boy, please, man. Boy, please. But anyway, ladies, we need y'all. We need y'all to stop getting pimped out and fed all this nonsense about, oh, you don't need a black man. Okay? Because it ain't helping you. It ain't helping you. Getting government checks ain't helping you. It's not. You think it is, but that ain't helping you. That ain't helping you. That's taking the easy way out. You know what? Get a man. Stay with him through thick and thin. You know, a man. I ain't say a little ass boy. Get a man. Stay with him through thick and thin. Have kids. Raise them kids to do better and be better than you. That's what we need to do. But we need the ladies out here to stop just taking the bait. Stop taking the bait. And stop just opening your legs to any goddamn body. But you know what? You need a man in the house that's going to be able to teach you that and hold you accountable like a father. So, man, we got to do better out here. We have to choose who we have babies with better. Don't just fuck anything and shoot the club up on anything that's out there walking. Because you ain't doing us no goddamn favors, man. You doing us a disservice. That's the problem. It all starts with the man. But we do need y'all help, ladies. We do. I'm not saying this shit gonna be easy. It's not. But nothing in life worth having comes easy, man. Period. So, that's it. If you like the videos, please remember, like, share, subscribe. Check out the YouTube, obviously, check out the rest of the videos I have on YouTube. Check out my IG page. All the links are on there. Check out the podcast that I have with my boy, Big Mike. Moss Media presents Black Kings Entertainment. Check that out. You know, definitely, spread the message along. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to join the Facebook group, America's Original People. That means, well, very briefly, America's Original People is a group that I created for, quote unquote, the blacks of America, because we are America's original people, and more than just one way. For instance, there were black people here, Aboriginals, indigenous people in America, not the Native Americans that they try to tell you, those red people. No, that's not it. No, we were here, just like we were on every continent for the most part before the European and Asian Caucasoid people. We were here. When they brought the slaves over, I think it was about like 3% from the slave ship during the slave trade that came to America. Obviously, they really couldn't tell the difference between some of the indigenous people and the slaves. All right, and then also through intermingling and stuff like that, we have some of those indigenous genes still. Now, obviously, that doesn't fit their narrative that they want to tell you. And not for nothing, not every freaking black person that's in America came from a slave. Sorry to burst y'all bubbles. Those of y'all that didn't know that, I never heard that till now. But that's the reality, man. We have to learn. We have to seek out the knowledge, gain the knowledge, okay? Because the shit that they teach you is just lies, man. Lies. It's narrative, man. I could keep on going and keep on going. I'm not for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up. But again, if you guys want to know more, check out the videos. Please like, comment, subscribe. That's it, man. Peace.